Have you ever wondered why female athletes seem to have an edge when it comes to flexibility? You've probably noticed it in the gym, during training, or maybe even while watching some of the world's most elite competitors on YouTube or TV. But what if I told you there's more to it than just natural talent? And then, it gets even more interesting when you dig into the science behind it. From elite gymnasts to Olympic sprinters, women seem to have this unique ability to stretch and bend in ways that their male counterparts often can't. But what's really going on here? Is it all about genetics, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? First things first, let's talk about the physical differences. Women's bodies are naturally built differently from men's, but don't rush to conclusions yet. It's not just about the hips or the muscle mass. To begin with, women's bodies generally have a higher percentage of body fat compared to men, and this is often focused around the hips, thighs, and buttocks. This higher fat distribution helps to increase the range of motion in their joints. For instance, women have a wider pelvis and more flexible ligaments, especially in the lower back and hips. This is one of the reasons why you'll often see female athletes excel in movements like high kicks, splits, and deep squats. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. What you don't hear as much about is the hormonal influence on flexibility, especially estrogen. Estrogen, a hormone more prominent in females, helps to increase the elasticity of connective tissues like tendons and ligaments. This means that women's bodies are literally more capable of achieving deeper stretches. And this hormonal fluctuation is something male athletes don't experience to the same degree. Now, before you start thinking this is just about body structure and hormones, there's something even deeper going on. Female athletes tend to spend hours training their flexibility. And here's the kicker. It's not just about stretching. It's about consistency, dedication, and often taking recovery just as seriously as performance. But this is where it gets complicated. While male athletes often prioritize building strength and explosive power, female athletes frequently incorporate flexibility into their regular training. Flexibility is seen as essential for preventing injuries, optimizing movement, and improving performance in a variety of sports, from gymnastics and ballet to tennis and track and field. But then, why do so many female athletes seem to have a natural edge? Why does it seem so effortless for some of them? Well, that's because they have dedicated flexibility routines built into their training programs, and they follow a regimen of stretches, yoga, Pilates, and sometimes even dance to develop long, lean muscles and maintain that range of motion. Just think about it. Olympic gymnasts spend years working on their flexibility, and it's not just about touching your toes. It's about stretching the muscles and tendons in ways that enhance their overall athleticism. A gymnast needs to be able to stretch her body in all directions and hold those positions, often for extended periods of time. It requires the perfect balance of strength and flexibility, and the female body is naturally designed to achieve that with consistent, focused effort. So, consistency is key. But then, what happens when you throw nutrition into the mix? When you see an athlete with impressive flexibility, what you don't see are the countless hours spent focusing on what goes inside their body. And no, I'm not just talking about eating kale and quinoa. Female athletes have to fuel their bodies with the right nutrients to maintain peak flexibility and strength. This includes a balanced intake of protein for muscle recovery, healthy fats for joint lubrication, and plenty of vitamins to reduce inflammation. But there's a catch. Nutrition doesn't just fuel flexibility, it maintains it. And that means athletes are constantly managing their food intake to avoid injury, boost muscle recovery, and stay lean. But the secret is also in their hydration. Water is essential to keeping those joints supple. Many professional female athletes also use supplements such as collagen protein to help with joint health, and they often drink bone broth or take collagen powders to ensure they have the building blocks to maintain their connective tissues. In fact, the focus on joint health in many female sports is one of the reasons why they tend to be so flexible. A well-maintained joint is a mobile joint. It's not just what athletes eat, but when they eat. Female athletes also have to time their meals around their workouts, consuming specific amounts of protein and carbs post-workout to promote muscle repair and recovery. And those carefully chosen recovery foods can make a big difference when it comes to maintaining flexibility without causing muscle stiffness. Seems like it's not all just eat and train. These athletes have to be much more deliberate in how they approach fueling their bodies to support their flexibility. Now here's where it gets intense. Female athletes spend an incredible amount of time and money to reach the top of their game. Training is just the start, but to be world-class, it doesn't come cheap. Ever wondered how much it costs to become a top athlete? The answer might surprise you. It's not just about training, it's about the massive financial commitment. Let's break down the costs. Training isn't cheap. The annual cost can range from $20,000 to $30,000, and USA Triathlon estimates the total cost of producing an Olympic athlete can top $100,000. Here's the breakdown. Coaching alone costs about $9,600. Strength training adds another $3,000, and sport performance support, like biomechanics and analysis, can be $2,400. Physical therapy and massage are around $7,500 annually. Nutrition is key, and Olympic athletes need serious fuel. Their daily calorie intake ranges from 6,000 to 8,000 calories. Some, like Ryan Krauser, spend $1,000 a month just on groceries. They focus on organic, high-quality foods to optimize their performance. performance. On top of training and food, there are other costs. Specialized equipment can cost thousands each year, and travel and competition expenses can reach $76,400 annually. Plus, living expenses can add another $20,000 to $30,000 annually, since many athletes can't hold a traditional job. So, how much does it all cost? Between training, nutrition, equipment, and travel, most athletes spend anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Some even spend more. From personalized coaching and nutrition plans to cutting-edge recovery technologies, the financial investment in a top female athlete's career is staggering. Many top-tier athletes spend hundreds of thousands of dollars just to ensure they have the best possible tools and training. Flexibility, after all, requires constant care. But what exactly are we talking about here? Well, in sports like gymnastics, ballet, and figure skating, flexibility is one of the foundational skills. These athletes invest in regular physiotherapy, acupuncture, cryotherapy, and massage therapy to keep their bodies in optimal condition. They also use specialized equipment like resistance bands and stretching machines to work on their flexibility at a deeper level. And then there's the financial support. To get to the highest levels, athletes need sponsors, private coaches, and often access to elite training facilities. All of this is necessary for improving flexibility and maintaining peak performance, and it's not cheap. So, all of these financial and time investments come with a heavy price tag. It's no wonder that only a select few can make it to the top. So, what does all this mean? Well, it's simple. Flexibility in female athletes isn't just a physical advantage. It's the result of an intricate balance of genetics, hard work, nutrition, and let's face it, a lot of money being poured into their careers. But then, when you see these women defying the limits of their bodies, it's a testament to what dedication and relentless training can achieve. And if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. Female athletes are rewriting the rules on flexibility and strength every day. So, next time you see an athlete making an impossible stretch look easy, just remember, there's a lot more going on than you think. If you enjoyed this breakdown, you might like this video right here.